That's perfect.
Dun, dun, dun.
Even better than I anticipated.
With the first pick of the Booze and Ballin' Shaken Not Stirred NFL mock draft,
If that's
the
not, if
Chicago
that's
Bears select
Floppy Williams.
Floppy Flop. Floppity Floppity Williams.
If that's not our
he's still going to dominate.
if that's not our intro from here on out, I'm going to be very disappointed. Like it was like dyslexic in every way, shape, or form, and I loved every second of it.
It's okay. Let the Mary Jane talk.
And we got Todd and DK. We're doing a mock draft because the draft is less than 24 hours away, and we are submitting this to win some moolah. So hopefully we don't shit the bed completely. So on the clock,
really first thing.
The Bears. The Bears. That ages us. Holy shit. If you don't know about the Bears, we're not friends.
My beard is completely white. I think it ages itself.
Yeah, you should be sitting around that table pounding beers talking about the Bears.
Yeah, I'll be pounding Bears, all right.
All right.
Yeah.
So Chicago's on the clock. The consensus number one, Caleb Williams. Right?
Yes. Yeah,
Fair
more
enough
than
to say
likely.
that.
Yeah.
So we
still
don't even
think they
have to-
should have traded out, kept Fields, given him another shot, but I could be completely off on him. Who knows?
I agree. He's probably going to be good. I hope he's a flop, but if he's good, I told you he was going to be good. All right. They made their pick. On the clock, we got the Washington Foreskins, Commanders, whatever the hell their name is.
This is where it could go either way, right? I mean, what do you got team need wise over there? They gotta take QB at 2, right?
Well, I mean, their biggest need is probably quarterback. They could use an offensive tackle or an edge rusher, tight end, maybe Logan Thomas and stuff. But
if Logan Thomas is ever on the field, yeah,
they got to go quarterback. I like Drake May. I've heard a lot of stuff tying him to Drake May. Do you?
I've heard the opposite with Jaden Daniels. I don't know. I just the rumors, man. It depends on what article you're reading from day to day, right?
Right. So Jaden Daniels is technically the number 2 quarterback. So I guess safe play is I'll give you this one so that I can take some from you later on in the draft. I'll give you Jaden Daniels.
But I'm rolling Jaden Daniels here. I'm hearing too much positive about him. So Drake May, I actually heard a little bit of negative. So for me, I think the play is Jaden Daniels. I think it's a safer play for Washington.
It is, and yeah, because they don't have the best offensive line, so maybe someone a little more mobile to Drake May. Yeah. And the way that these mocks go,
a better RG3, but yeah, where I'm at.
The way these mocks go is if you just have to be close. So taking him 2, I'm okay with that. So Caleb Williams at 1, Jaden Daniels at 2.
So does that drop Drake May to 3 then? Do you think New England?
Well, on the clock.
Sorry, I get ahead of myself. You know how I am.
It happens. You're excited. This is our last episode of season 1. The draft happens in less than 24 hours, and then we are in season 2 of Booze and Ballin'.
Holy,
gotta love it!
Shiitake mushrooms.
We're growing so big.
I know, dude. We're growers, not showers, baby. I don't know what to tell you.
That's for damn sure.
Oh shit, I love it.
It's only gonna get better. From here. All right, so New England's on the clock.
Only halfway in.
New England's on the clock, and they obviously need a quarterback. I don't see them trading in or out of that. I think they take a quarterback, and I could see JJ McCarthy, but I think they take Drake May.
That was going to be my question to you. Do you think they take a JJ McCarthy over Drake May, or do you think the size and just arm talent of Drake May is too much to pass up on?
I think if Drake May's there, I think New England has to take him. I think it's the more sure thing than JJ McCarthy. Not saying he has the top end potential of JJ McCarthy, but the more sure thing at the moment, I think that New England has to take him.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, agreed.
On the clock at number 4 are the Arizona Cardinals. And yeah, I said Zonia.
The Arizona Cardinals. What exactly do they need? Probably wide receiver? Because
they need wide receiver because Hollywood's not there anymore.
Right, they have the Chiefs now, which is a great pickup for them.
So they need wide receiver, edge rusher, tackle, corner. They could use a running back, but I don't think it's a necessity.
Yeah.
But so here's my thing. I think this is where our first trade comes in. I don't think that they need to stay there.
The only way I see Arizona keeping the pick is if they really like what they see with Marvin Harrison. But other than that,
right? If they're like, I need him, but I think that they could. So here's who I think they trade back with Minnesota. So I don't think they drop that far back. I think they drop to 8. So which means they still get a top 2-3 receiver.
Swap picks.
Picks 8. I mean, obviously they're going to probably get 8 and a second or a third. I don't know how it'll work out or what it'll do, but I think Minnesota, not wanting to lose Justin Jefferson, is scared enough to lose out on JJ McCarthy that they trade up.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's a gut feeling.
I could see the Raiders moving up into that pick too.
I know that was a second thought I had. That was a second thought I had because the Raiders are at 13, and the Raiders need a quarterback.
And I could see the Broncos making a splash and coming up into that pick as well.
That's true. I see that. I feel like this could be. I feel like we're going to underestimate the amount of trades that are going to happen.
I think this is going to be. We're going to do it simply because this is the first one we've ever done together. But I guarantee next year we'll probably try and predict a little more trades. But it's so hard to predict.
I want to enter like 3 entries next year.
Yeah, pay for them all. We can do. I'll do one. You do one, and then we'll do one together.
That'd actually be it'd be a good little bet that we do because we like our bets. So
you bet a shot per round.
Oh, good God, beer mile.
Frozen a little.
Do you like it? Do we say Minnesota trades up?
What's going on here?
For the fun of it, take the risk. Minnesota trades up to 4 to take JJ McCarthy.
I could see that. Yeah. Sorry, you froze a little bit. I missed what you said in the beginning.
Oh, sorry. I'm saying, so should we do that? Arizona's going to trade back with Minnesota. Minnesota's going to move up to 4 to take J.J. McCarthy to make sure they get the quarterback because they do not want to lose Jay Jetta. And I feel like if they don't, they're going to lose.
Yeah, if he roll with they might even take like a Penix Jr. or something if Jay Jetta says that's who he wants. I think he's making that pick.
But I think J.J. McCarthy fits that scheme better.
I like it, yeah.
Personally. All right, so we got.
I like J.J. McCarthy's going to be a great quarterback, I think, in the NFL.
I like
He's got poise, man. The guy, his third down numbers are just off the charts. We'll see how it translates, but I think
I have him at 2 or 3. I have Jaden Daniels as my number 4 quarterback. Just personally,
I just think he tested out a little better, and he's like a better, almost like a Lamar Jackson. I don't want to say he's better. Yeah, no,
his mobility and his ability to throw on the move is definitely keeps him up there. But
and he's got great character, man. He's a good kid, so we'll see.
I'm a pocket passer liker, so you know that.
You love the big arm. That's why you're a Drake May guy.
I'm an arm guy. That's why I like Drake May. Yeah. All right, so at 5, on the clock, Los Angeles Chargers.
I'm guessing they're going wide receiver here because
that's what I would assume they're going wide
top
receiver.
2 go. They might not though, because unless they're giving the keys to the city to Quentin Johnson. I mean, they've got some other guys there.
I know that Harbaugh wants to run, so they could go offensive tackle.
I could see them possibly going Joe Alt. Their offensive line was fucking terrible last year.
But I see them with losing.
Sorry for cussing.
That's all right. But losing Williams and losing
my first one.
I feel like they have Gus Edwards, and then they just signed J.K. Dobbins. So I feel like they need to give Herbert something. They have to go quarterback. So I think Marvin Harrison Jr. ends up there.
Yeah, I think that's a great call. I think if it's still there and Arizona doesn't take him,
Arizona
definitely go into the Chargers.
But assuming for this mock, Arizona's already gone. So Junior's there. So I think he goes to the Chargers at 5.
I wouldn't doubt it being like this is where you see Marvin Harrison, Neighbors go back to back almost because I think both of those teams want to get rid of, or
we'll
not
find
rid of,
out. This is where I differ a little bit.
Take care of their wide receiver issues because there's 2 really good ones coming out this year. So there's actually a bunch of really good ones coming out.
Actually, this receiver class over the last couple of weeks, I've realized is a lot deeper than I thought it was. I knew it was deep.
5 or 6 legit guys, and then another couple project guys that could become really good.
Right about Ladd, the cutoff.
I'm telling you, Ladd's there. He's got some skills.
He's not a first round guy, but I think he does got skills. All right, so on the clock at 6 is the New York Giants.
The Giants. Now, there's a lot of needs there.
Their needs would be receiver, quarterback, offensive tackle, quarterback, corner, defensive.
But what happened to the offensive tackle being the most important piece that you get? How is Joe Alt slipping? He's a really good player. Like, I don't understand how he goes that far. Like,
I could see them taking him right there. I could see him taking him.
That's a good pick for the Giants.
It is, but I don't think they do it. I think they go receiver.
They go flashy and they go like a Neighbors or something.
I think because Darius Slayton, there's a little bit of uncertainty there.
Right.
And I think that they have they signed Devin Singletary and they have their quarterback. I don't think they waste a pick on a quarterback. My gut tells me that they're gonna take a receiver. Because that's probably if they have Jalen Hyatt, and honestly, on their offense, Jalen Hyatt is the best receiver they got.
Yeah, Wan'Dale Robinson.
Wan'Dale Robinson too, but like they don't have a guy. So I think if they can get one of those,
I feel like Wan'Dale gets going. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about Wan'Dale, but every time I feel like he gets going, he gets hurt. But go ahead, let's get back.
Which is almost every Giants receiver,
right? Kenny Golladay.
You go to New York to get hurt.
Exactly.
Saquon went to New York to get hurt.
You know why? It's that fucking field that they're playing on. Thank God they got the fucking World Cup, so maybe they'll get some money to get a new field in that bitch, and people can stop getting fucking hurt.
So I think they go receiver, and I think it's going to surprise you, but I don't think they take Neighbors because of his reputation to be a little bit hard to deal with, and I think New York's had enough of that. Yeah. I think they take Rome Odunze because I think they have enough speed on the outside that they take a possession receiver like a Rome Odunze.
I saw his comparison was like Devontae Adams. I like that. I like that for their team.
New York has
third down possession receiver kind of guy.
Right. New York has done nothing but have speedy receivers.
He would match well with Jalen.
He would make Jalen Hyatt better. I think New York hasn't had a hands receiver in a while.
I think he's a big bodied dude. That's a good pick. I like that idea.
I mean, he jumps Neighbors, which is really weird to say, but I think he goes. I think that Giants.
Let's be real.
Would take Odunze above him.
Archaea Whiteside jumped over fucking.
Sorry,
I had to.
Frozen. I'm gonna say you like it. All right, so that takes us to number 7 on the clock, the Tennessee Titans.
Hold on, so you missed my
he froze again.
My joke about JJ Archaea Whiteside.
I'm gonna keep going here. Tennessee Titans on the clock.
You still can't hear me.
I can hear you right now.
Okay, so you missed my joke about JJ Archaea Whiteside.
Ortega Whiteside?
Oh, good because you said it was weird that
jokes.
Odunze jumped over fucking what's his name? Oh my god. Anyway, keep going. That's gonna look funny on camera when we're all frozen.
I can't wait to watch this back when we're not frozen or frozen, and you've just kind of gone all over the place. All of a sudden, JJ Ortega Whiteside got drafted this year.
I said the same thing like 6 times. Okay.
Oh Jesus! All right, so we're on.
Because you kept asking me.
On the clock, number 7, the Tennessee Titans. Right here, this is a Joe Alt pick all day.
Yeah. Okay.
They signed Calvin
Ridley somewhere.
They got the receivers. They got running backs. They got Will Levis. They need someone to protect him.
Get a bunch of 25-year-old position players, 26-year-old position players, and then pick up offensive linemen.
So this is where Joe Alt comes off the board. And I think this is a heavy, I'm going to say this based on the few mocks I've ran, edge rusher and offensive tackle they're going to be a good bit of those going out this round.
Yeah. Once it starts to fall off, once you get past, I want to say like the 7th or 8th pick, you're going to see a lot of those start to go. It's not a lot of defense, I don't think, in the first round. A couple of really good ones, but I don't think there's going to be a ton of defense.
It's not a strong defensive draft. There's a couple scenarios where I saw Micah Parsons pairing with Penn State, with his boy at Penn State and this and that, but no.
I don't know. Yeah, the Cowboys are a wild card.
They are. They haven't done shit this year.
They could go fucking anywhere.
All right.
I still think they go running back, but that's just me.
On the clock now, we have the Atlanta Falcons at 8. So they need defense.
They need edge. Yeah, defense. That's what I was just
corner.
Thinking.
They need tackle. I think this is a guy that actually I've heard a lot has been tied to him is Dallas Turner. So
yeah, great player.
And I like him. And he's not the number 1. Technically, they're not the number 1. He's 1 or 2 ranked edge rusher, but I like him out of Bama, and obviously it's Alabama, so they're producing some good defense. So I see Atlanta staying there and taking Dallas Turner.
I like that pick. So that's exactly. I mean, Atlanta kind of has everything else. Now they need to be able to keep people from scoring points.
Right, like see, I think it's gonna be interesting. As long as their offense as long as Kirky keeps them going, they just need to stop people from scoring points. It's a great point.
Exactly.
All right, so on the clock after them, we got Chicago again.
Chicago.
And my gut says they're not keeping this pick. And you kind of hinted at
trade
it.
out of one.
Well, I mean, honestly, the smartest thing for their organization is they've got their quarterback. They have two good receivers. They signed Swift. Their defense is pretty good. Trade back a little bit, get second round capital or something like that. And you kind of said this. I see the Raiders moving up to this pick.
Yeah.
Because it's an easiest pick to move up to. 4 quarterbacks gone. Raiders can come in and get Bo Nix or Penix. I think Penix. But
I would prefer Penix. I think Penix is probably the better pick over Bo Nix.
I know Bo Nix is rated higher, but I like Penix better myself.
I like Penix has got more potential, I think. I think Bo's more reached his full on, like, this is what you're going to get. And then Penix is more of a project.
Makes
a lot more potential
sense.
to be better, if that makes sense.
And I like Penix in Vegas.
I do too. I think he'd look good in the black and silver.
So,
fuck him, because I'm go Broncos.
What do you think? Do we go with the Raiders, trade up with Chicago?
See, that's a tough one because that's saying like
I think Chicago's trade out of that pick 100%. 100%.
Because I really think that once you get past the top 4 quarterbacks, you won't need to trade up to get him. They might panic and do it though. This is a good.
Well, where the Raiders. So the Raiders would normally be at 13, so it's not a big move. But between them and that pick,
I still think they can get.
Denver, who are both could take quarterbacks, which puts them in Spencer Rattler territory.
Spencer Rattler.
So
watch him come in and be dominant.
I know. So I think just for a couple picks, it's not going to cost you. You might be able to move up and give them an early third or a second round and get a. I think I like Penix or Bo. I like Penix or Bo Nix above Rattler, 100%.
I just don't know how many. Are we really going to see 6, 7 quarterbacks go in the first round?
I think there's a lot of need for quarterback. I know it's weird, but I feel like it has to happen.
I don't feel like there's a lot of
Vegas and
quarterback teams.
Denver can't leave without a quarterback. The Jets, Aaron Rodgers is maybe he'll make it to the third play of the game this year. Who knows?
That's why I do think Denver or Las Vegas are trading up into the earlier first to get one. I think JJ is going to one of those 2 teams. I still think they're going to be battling.
And you could be right. Minnesota might not trade up, but I know maybe. Ooh. Sorry, I had to refill the BT. Ooh. So, to me, all right. So we're on. Oh yeah, on the Chicago. I think someone they trade out of the pick. And if we said Minnesota already traded up, I think Vegas is going to be the most likely trade. Vegas or Denver.
Yeah.
But I don't think.
I don't know if Denver will trade up for Penix.
No, so that's why I think Denver sits and Vegas jumps a couple and takes Penix.
I think Denver will be like, you know what? We're taking our lumps right now. They'll probably go for a high pick next year. That's what I think they need to do. They need to land like a first or second pick next year so they can get a guy.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of stuff surrounding them.
Or they're going to tank the next 2 seasons, 3 seasons, and they're going to go pick up Archie Manning. He's the number 1 overall pick in like 3 years. And you're going to have another Manning in Denver.
That would
clip that shit. You heard it here first. That
would be wonderful to see that. I would love to see it.
And then you'll have Mahomes, Manning, Herbert, and either Penix Jr. or Bo Nix in the NFC or AFC West.
I like it.
It'd be nuts.
Well, then we're penciling in Penix at 9, whoever it is, but we're going to say the Raiders traded up and take Penix, but Penix is going at 9.
I like it. Let's go Penix.
So then you got the goddamn Jets. Now, I originally wanted them to go. I wanted them to take quarterback, but
Jets. There's no way they go quarterback.
Offensive line. I think offensive tackle, offensive line. I think they need to protect their quarterback because they have some weapons. They got Breece Hall. They got good receivers. They got. You know who actually
Frozen.
So I know you. I might have frozen, but I heard every word you said. You know who was really tied to the Jets was Bowers.
Brock Bowers?
Yeah, but they have Tyler Conklin, and I think
Conklin's good.
He's good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's super underrated. He
So
just
I
never.
think. Go ahead.
I saw he just never really caught on in a good offense. Like everywhere he goes, he's right around like 80 catches a year. I mean, it's not
Well,
like he does terrible. He just doesn't get. They don't score points, and you can't.
that's the
As a
thing. Like,
tight end, if they don't drive the football
and
down
they
the
didn't
field,
have
you're
Aaron
not going to score
Rodgers.
touchdowns.
If they had Aaron Rodgers last year, he would have probably been more of a top tight end.
I think this year, I think Conklin could be an absolute steal in drafts, but
Which is why I think they take offensive tackle again. I think he's the second offensive tackle off the board, goes to the
I like it.
Jets to
Yeah,
protect Aaron Rodgers.
I like it.
And for me, they're taking. I'm gonna mess his name up, but
I know.
What?
Your guess is better, probably better than mine.
Gosh darn it! It's Talisi Fuega or whatever the hell his name is. Holy
You're the
Lord!
names guy. You're
I
the
am the
names
names
guy.
guy, but man, does it bother me? Hold on, I'm gonna figure this out. I cannot pronounce it, but it's like Talisi. The dude out of Oregon State, Fuega, whatever. I don't
Oregon
know.
State.
Oregon State, Talisi Fuega. Oh, good Lord in heaven! But he's the number two. He's the number two offensive tackle off the board. But I think they take him.
I
Talisi,
thought it
dude.
was frozen.
There's a lot of offensive tackles this draft that their name starts with F. You got Fuega, Fontanu, Fashwanana. This is gonna
Guantanamo
piss
Bay.
me off just trying to say their names because they all 3 or 4 go off in the first round. Whatever. Jets are taking number 2 offensive tackle on the board, and we're moving on.
That makes sense.
Now we're on the clock at 11. The Minnesota Vikings traded up, and now Arizona's on the clock, and they're getting their wide receiver, and they're taking Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, that's the only place they can
I
go
think
with
it
that
falls
pick.
right there. That would be a perfect move for Arizona. Drop back from 4 to 11. Still
get
get
their
Malik
guy.
Neighbors and probably get a second round pick or some capital out of it. Like that's a great if they pull off that move, that's wonderful for them.
That would be that'd be amazing. They can ride into the sunset with that draft.
Because if they took Neighbors at 4, nobody would really be mad at them.
No, they wouldn't.
So it's great for them. So I'm putting them in.
A lot of their fans would probably be pissed because they would want to see Marvin Harrison Jr. But
Malik Neighbors, Liz Pro Day looked good. So honestly, Malik, Odunze, and Jr. All 3 of them could be the number 1 wide receiver. Honestly, so could Adonai Mitchell. But
I feel like they're going to be.
They could, yeah. Depending on how if they land where they are in this draft as of right now, I'm happy with it, except for the Giants because Daniel Jones sucks. So, all right, we are on the clock at 12.
So you
the
got Neighbors.
Denver Broncos. This is your team.
It's going to be Denver.
Your team at 12. You know where I think they're going.
It better not be.
They're taking Bo Nix.
It better not be. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna let you overrule me here, but I'm gonna be so pissed if they go with Bo Nix there.
I think they have to. It's Bo Nix or Spencer Rattler or Michael Pratt.
I feel like the only way they're taking quarterback in this draft is if they move up to get one.
So they might not take him. They might. I don't know. See, they need a quarterback. They have nobody.
Yeah, but you're not at this point though. You've already fucked up the Russell Wilson thing so poorly.
So you don't like Bo Nix?
You have to take a couple years of just taking your lumps. You just are.
I don't. I think they take the flyer on him.
Come back to me.
I'm here. I think they take the flyer. I think they have to take quarterback. The only option would be that they trade this pick and a lot of other picks and take someone's backup, go after or go after a lesser starting quarterback. But for sake of the mock, I think they sit where they are and they take the best available quarterback. Just for the sake of them. Well, I mean, do I think it's the best bet for Denver? But for the sake of where our mock
I think
draft,
it's a waste of a pick.
And it very well could be. Or it could be a Studley pick. You never know. Because Nix has been good. I mean, he's number 5 quarterback in a decent quarterback class. So
I get it.
I mean, I don't think it's worth them taking I don't think it's worth them taking a corner this early because they've got a decent defense. They got decent corners. So I feel like they almost got to go quarterback just because if they don't, they're 100% in a rebuild with a lot of question marks.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that's where they're at right now. And I think if you waste a pick like that
And
on a fifth quarterback, I just think you're grasping for straws. You really think Bo Nix is going to go in there and compete with Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert?
No, but and funny you say that, but there's a lot of people tying Bo Nix to Denver.
Yeah, it's
and they're saying the reason is because his stylistic fit with Peyton.
Yeah, well, that's a bad move for Sean Payton. I think he needs a lot. There's a lot of holes in that offense, or not offense, but the roster in general that. And I would address other things with that pick because there's going to be.
So the Broncos don't have a second round pick either.
But why would you take the fifth best player off the board instead of one of the top positional? You know what I mean? Like you can get one of the top best position players out there, like a safety.
I mean,
anybody.
Maybe take a safety or take a corner, but I think a safety going this early in the draft is way crazy.
Just saying. Sorry, you keep freezing on my end. That's
I said I get positional, maybe corner. I think it's a little early for corner for them. A safety, I think a safety doesn't fall. I don't have a safety going off until later, but I think if Peyton likes him, they need a quarterback. I don't hate Bo Nix. I think it's worth taking, but they don't have a second round. At this point, what do they have to lose?
I mean, they don't have a lot to gain with Bo Nix, though, is what I'm personally saying.
I hope it all falls and they take Bo Nix and he fucking balls out. I'm going to never stop screwing with you.
It's possible. I wish him all the best.
So do you want to put there anybody other than Bo Nix?
Shit.
We're putting Bo Nix there. You're just going to
Let's just put Bo Nix there. Yeah.
So now we're moving on to 13. Lucky 13, which is weirdly Vegas. But
this is getting really annoying.
But they traded with Chicago up to 9. So now Chicago's back on the clock in Vegas. So they need defense. And this is where I think, and this dude has been tied to him for a little while, but Byron Murphy II out of Texas.
Ooh.
He's a strong defensive lineman, and I could see him, again, they could have taken him early, so making that trade with Vegas, gets Vegas up, they move back, they get their defensive line, which they need, because their linebackers are good, their corners are good. I see him taking Murphy II out of Texas. Murphy 2.
Makes sense.
Murphy, give me 2.
I like all it.
All right. So number 14, New Orleans. The New Orleans. God. You're lucky I'm drunk. The New Orleans Saints. Now they need So their needs: offensive tackle, wide receiver, edge rusher, line, offensive line, secondary like corner, something like that. So I think honestly, they
basically go everything.
That's why I said this is a big offensive line draft. Offensive tackle especially, but especially tackles who move in.
2 have been taken so far.
What, Joe Alt and Fuego?
Oh no, sorry.
Oh, Murphy was defensive tackle. Well, here I think we have our third. I don't want to say their damn names. I think we see our third offensive tackle go off the board here.
Makes sense. I think so.
God, the names are the worst for me.
I don't know. That's why I was going to let you do it.
Oh, so I honestly
for show.
Fashano.
He's for show.
He is for show going to be good.
For show.
I actually have him. I have him dropping down. I have him dropping down to the Penn State dude. So there is a Fatano from Washington and a Fashano from Penn State, which I thought maybe like if Dallas would trade up, they would want to get him. But Olamawaya Fashano out of Penn State. I don't know how to say damn name, but I feel like that the Saints are going to take him out of Penn State.
You can't do that to me right now.
I'm sorry. It's Olumuyaiwa. last name Fashha. So okay, get this. So the 3 and 4 tackles, right? Are last name Fautanu or Fashanu. Like how weird that their names are so similar. They're taking the Penn State. The Saints are taking the Penn State tackle. They're dropping down because these names are going to piss me. These names are going to piss me off. God,
you're stuck on the names. I thought you were like frozen again. I was
no, because I'm looking through this. I'm trying to say the names is going to piss me off. All right, so they're taking offensive tackle. Now we're moving on to the Indianapolis Colts at 15.
I could see them taking safety.
I would say corner or safety. Yeah, 100%. They need to go defense. Their biggest need is defense. I mean, yeah, they could use.
No, I see. Yeah, I see who we have there. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I think their best bet is there hasn't been a corner off the board yet, and I think that they take him, Cooper DeJean out of Iowa.
Ooh, you're going DB Coop.
DB Cooper.
He is a special player.
No, he is good. I like him.
Dude goes all over the place. He can return kicks. It's insane.
I mean, honestly, in all fairness, Atlanta could have taken him, but the edge rusher was more important. But I like him.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a game changer for your defense. Sorry.
He's easily a number one. He's easily the number one corner.
Yeah, I think so too.
Corner, safety, whatever. He is
I mean, do I have to say it? He's like the first white corner since the dude that played for the Giants like 50 years ago.
True. And he can play safety too. Eagles got a white corner called Reed Blankenship. I know it doesn't compare.
Is he white?
But Cooper can play safety too, so I think it helps them all around the board. That was the trade. Honestly, I thought being an Eagles fan, I thought the Eagles might try and trade up to take that number one corner off the board, but I didn't see them wasting it so much.
I don't see them going that high to get.
But the Colts taking him, I see the Eagles trading up with Seattle to 16 right after the Colts.
Oh yeah, who are they going after?
Quentin Mitchell. I think they need, which is weird for the Eagles to take a corner. They normally would take an offensive line, but I feel like we need it so bad. I think they trade with Seattle to move up to 16 after they say.
You don't think they try to trade the Colts to get Cooper?
No, because the Colts need it.
Yeah, you don't think they'll let him?
Honestly, okay. I like Quentin Mitchell too, and I like Terrion Arnold, but I feel like the Eagles to move up from 22 to 16 isn't a huge move. I think they move up and trade Seattle because Seattle can afford to move back. And they take, as soon as they see Cooper go, I see the Eagles saying, you know what? Because there's no way the Eagles are keeping 22. All reports say, if you watch all the polls, it's like 0% that the Eagles stay at 22. They're moving up for offensive line or they're moving up for corner. So I see them
got a lot of assets in order to do that, right?
Right. They got enough to do it. So, and they don't have to give up a lot to go to 16 because they have 2 second-round picks. They might give up.
They have some holes they need to fill for sure.
Oh my God! It's because the Eagles' corners are old. So I see the corners moving up to 16, trading with Seattle, and taking Quentin Mitchell.
I like it.
Quinyon. It's not. There's no T. Quinyon Mitchell.
Quinyon.
Toledo.
Holy Toledo.
Do you like it? You want to go with it? It's up to you.
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board. Eagles moving up to 16. So on the clock it's 17. The Jacksonville Jaguars. This is an interesting one.
Jesus, what do they give? This could be a wild card pick here.
So
what do they even need?
They need receiver. They need corner. They need tackle.
They lost Ridley. Well, they picked up Gabe Davis.
Right, but I still see them going receiver.
You think so?
You're gonna love who I think I see him taking. I mean, I love it.
They've got Kirk. They've got Christian Kirk. They've got Zay Jones still. Okay, who are you thinking?
Okay, I was wrong. I think they're taking Adonai Mitchell.
I can see that
because Kirk and Davis are both outside big receivers. Adonai Mitchell's still fast,
Kirk's
but a little bit bigger.
Kirk could play the slot.
He could, but I think Adonai fits that offense really nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I could see them going with like an Xavier Worthy or something too, though. Just
well, I
because
was gonna say
this
you're
is where
Brian,
that pick could come in and be like, oh yeah, the 40 time. This is the one right here.
right? Or I thought Brian Thomas Jr., the dude you like.
Yes, that's another one. Again, he would
But
fit them as well. He's more of a possession. Yeah,
but I
I
think
like him
they take
too.
a Danye out of Texas. I feel like it fits.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like they take receiver. I mean, they could take a corner, seeing two of them pop off real quick. But their
Right.
defense isn't bad. They've got a decent defense. And I feel like Gabe Davis and Christian Kirk, they don't have a true number one. And I think Adonai Mitchell could actually he could come in. If he goes to Jacksonville, he could end up being a really big fantasy stud.
Yeah, he could get targets. Like he could step right in and get whatever Calvin Ridley was getting. I mean, granted, it's inconsistent, so I don't think he'll be. Honestly, it'd be a while till he became a wide receiver one in fantasy, but definitely can give you some flex value for sure.
But he could be a monster.
Yeah, good matchups. Definitely want to throw him in type of shit.
So do we want to take Mitchell, Jacksonville at 17?
Throw him in.
All right. Number 18 on the clock, the Cincinnati Bengals, and what they've needed for years, and they keep taking, is offensive line.
Yeah.
They need offensive line. They don't need receivers.
Yeah.
Defense, they need offensive line, so they're going to take another F name at offense, I think.
Okay.
The other Fautanu. The other
Sound
one,
like you're speaking whale over there.
They're not taking the FA.
Hello.
I feel like I'm Dory from Finding Nemo. Exactly. They're not taking the FASH. They're taking the FAUT. Tano.
Come on now. Come back to me. There he is.
Oh, I don't know. When you lose me, just pretend like you didn't lose me. Are you okay taking offensive tackle for Cincinnati? Fautanu out of Washington. Troy. We'll call him Troy.
Start dancing. All right, every time. All right, from now on, every time you go Frozen, I'm just gonna start dancing over here.
Do it. I like it.
So if you can see me, then I'll just.
All right, we're on to 19, the Los Angeles Rams. And I can see you dancing. You're not frozen.
There he is.
I think you just want to dance.
No, you were definitely frozen.
So we're on to the Los Angeles Rams, and we should probably stop commenting about the freezing. You know they have 11 picks in this draft. The Rams have 11 picks in this draft. I don't know how
they went from having like none to having 11. That's crazy.
11 picks, which is stupid. So the Rams are up. They need defense, like a tackle. They need an edge. I think that they take another edge rusher. Is my guess. And there's still the number one edge rusher.
I like it because
they got to fill
Donald. They're gonna definitely, You have to address that defensive line a little bit because you're no longer getting a guy that gets double teamed every fucking play.
You can't lose Aaron Donald and not fill that with someone who's going to get after the quarterback.
Yeah, you got to have something.
So Dallas Turner went. He was like technically 1 or 2. So you still got motherfucker, this name. Latu. I'm gonna spell it Laiatu space Latu out of UCLA. Okay, could he also went to UCLA? Laiatu UCLA.
Sounds like the cheerleaders are spelling out.
I'm gonna call him Latu. We'll call him Latu. But my opinion, best edge rusher. I think he's better than Dallas Turner, and I think that him falling down there and the Rams taking him at 19 is a steal. In all honesty,
would be a solid pick.
All right, we put it on the board. We want to move to Schittsburg. You're dancing because I'm frozen. We're going to number 20 on the clock, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're going to take the receiver that you like, is my guess. But their needs are they need a receiver. They don't have a receiver. Kenny Pickett is. I mean, not Kenny Pickett. George Pickens.
They got a couple of ones that don't. I'm going to start dancing because you're frozen again. But yeah, what do they need? I don't know if receivers to play. They got Pickens. They got.
That's it. They traded Deontay.
No, they got Calvin Austin. I like Calvin Austin this year. I think he could be, if he gets targets, Watch out for him, speedy guy.
They could use offensive line, but I think they take Brian Thomas Jr., honestly.
That's not a terrible pick. I would like to see them take offensive line, but that's just...
If they don't, George Pickens is never going to be open.
That's true. I mean, you got Freiermuth. You can utilize Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris at the same time, hopefully.
You got 2 sloppy seconds at quarterback. Like, they need some options.
Let's be honest. Neither of them fuckers are going to hit them anyway, even if they are open.
But I feel like they got. I think they're going to take Brian Thomas Jr. because I think he fits the offense as an opposite of George Pickens. But I think it gives at least 1 of the 2 seconds to have somebody. Man, their quarterback. They're going to. Who wants to fuck up today?
I could see them.
I'll fuck up.
I could see them going with like some kind of linebacker too, trying to. I forget the dude's name.
I could see linebacker, but they still have Watt and they have oh my god, I'm brain farting on him. They don't need defensive line.
No. But I could see them taking some kind of like another jet field general to go to call plays and stuff.
I could see it. I could
call
see
the audibles and shit.
But I feel like they have. Sorry,
I don't know if there's one of those in this draft though. That's the problem.
Right. I mean, they have 7 picks. No, I think they take receiver. Maybe not.
You think so?
I think Brian Thomas.
One reason I say that is because I think there's some. This is a deep receiver class, so if you have any question marks about one of them top guys at all, I think you have to try and go in a different route, just because. There's just so many other positions on the field. You can't just focus on what you really need. Like, I'm a firm believer of not passing up on really good talent just because, like, I need this. So I don't want to take. That was why I have a big problem with the Bo Nix pick on the Denver Broncos. Is because it's like I don't want to pass up on talent just because this is what I have to have. I'm not just gonna fill this need with a guy that cannot work out when there's a fucking gold mine sitting next to him.
No, that makes sense. You don't want to pass up on the talent for need. I mean, the Steelers though they did add James Daniels. They did add Isaac Salamalo. So they have. I don't know. I feel like they go receiver. But if you want to argue, we can argue. If not, Brian Thomas Jr. is too valuable not to take for them. They need it. They need that right there. Can you hear me at all?
Every now and then I hear like bits and pieces from time to time.
All right. Well, then you can't hear me. I'm writing it down. Brian Thomas Jr. Pittsburgh. Moving on to 21 Miami.
I like it.
All right.
Miami's team needs what? Defense?
They need a guard. They need offense.
Line.
I mean, they have a lot of weapons. So maybe
they have a lot of fucking speed.
Maybe it's because you move around so much. That's why you freeze. But they have a lot of speed.
I don't move around that much. But
they need a guard at offense. So that would be my guess is that they take one of the first not
interior offensive linemen.
Yeah, that would
Makes
be.
Sense.
I mean, other than that, defensive tackle they could use.
Yeah, this is a random one here. I don't like. This is a free pick here almost because I feel like they were right there to being really good. So wherever they feel like their biggest hole is probably what they attack. I'd say.
See, and people say that they need defense, but I don't think that their defense is that bad. I just think that it got way outshined by all the people on the offense. I know you're dancing again. I love it. I mean, they could use an edge rusher. They could use a corner, but I feel like they're going to take Christian Hayes from UConn and go with the guard, get an interior lineman off the board.
Let's move on.
All right, so now we are at Seattle, who traded back from Philly. So
defense again here for me.
Again, because Seattle needed a defensive lineman. I think they take Versa and they take the
Yeah, I'm right with you.
They take Jared Versa out of Florida State and they get their edge rusher.
I like it.
Which is funny because they could have probably got him at 16. And again, it's a great trade for Seattle. They win in that trade, but also Philly takes it, and they could have probably Philly takes them. They could have probably waited and got their corner, but again, it's a scare tactic like Minnesota moving up to Arizona. Like teams will get scared when people pop off the board and they'll make moves.
Sure.
All right. Minnesota is on the clock again at 23.
Especially when teams see like a run of what they need go, they'll start to panic, make a move up, and take whatever they was like left on their board.
So I think it's a good trade for Philly, and I think it's a smart trade for Seattle. Yeah, because of that. Philly panics. Seattle's like, I'm gonna take your panic and be okay with it. Oh, hey, you're gonna dance.
I was dancing.
You were dancing. So we're at Minnesota's back on the clock.
Ooh, back on the clock. This is again another wild card pick.
And they need Minnesota. Where the fuck are you at? So they need. You know what could really help them is some defensive line.
Probably.
Sorry, filling up here. So Minnesota's back on the clock. They need defensive line, and we haven't had a lot of defensive line go.
So you're thinking?
Well, Byron Murphy II went. I think they take Newton out of Illinois.
That's a good pick.
That would be my guess. Is I think they take Newton out of Illinois.
Fig Newton.
Which so far in this draft, that means they would have gotten J.J. McCarthy and Newton. So that's so far a good first round for them.
That is a very good first round.
All right, so you like it? So Newton.
This pick is.
We're at Dallas.
I do. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're at Dallas.
I can't make this. Dallas is on the clock, and they need every damn thing.
It's weird because they're not bad at any position, but they're not good at any position. I don't feel like. I still think they're going running back here. They're going to take the best running back. That's just me.
I don't think a running back goes in the first round this year.
I don't think so either. But Dallas is that team that'll be like, hey, this is what our plan was all along. That's why we didn't sign anybody. People chill out. Well, Jonathan Brooks is it.
They've been talking they're in the talks with Zeke again, bringing him back. And he ain't going to be shit, but all right. So he's dancing again. So Dallas, here's the thing. Dallas, I think they need, with their salary cap, the smartest thing for them and what their biggest needs is, they need like a tackle or an offensive line is, I think they take offensive line to help their weaker running backs be more productive.
Yeah. Do you think they still try to add a veteran then? Or do you just think they 100%. Go with what they got?
No, I think that they're not done. I think there's a lot of running back talent in the second and third round. I think they'd take a running back in the second and third round. I could see him trying to do a move on like a Blake Corum or something like that, but I think right now they solidify the trenches and they take an offensive tackle.
What do you know if they have a pick in the second round and what it is?
What is their pick in the second round? I know they have. Well, it'd be roughly 20th something in the second round.
Okay.
But I don't see. I think
you start seeing a lot of those guys fly off early.
I think there's 3-4 running backs that go in the second round. So I think they're going to get something decent. So I think if you take an offensive tackle now, you'll get a running back because they obviously showed you last year that they weren't going to use Pollard. Yeah. They're going to use Rico Dwale. So, and if they do sign Zeke to a 1-year deal, I know.
You think he comes back?
They're talking to him right now. So if they sign him, then they pick up a running back to
that's their vet. Yeah.
Yeah. So they take the offensive line right now, take an offensive tackle like Barton, and
then second round,
perfectly happy.
I could still see Jerry fucking Jonathan Brooks as our guy. Texas, man.
You're not wrong. I could see Jaron Jones making a Texas pick like that, which would be stupid for him, but I could see him doing it. But I like Graham Barton out of Duke. You are dancing. All right, you're dancing. We're taking Graham Barton out of Duke for Dallas so we can move on to Green Bay. So Green Bay. I love that half this is just me
There's
making
another team.
This is me making the decision. See, Green Bay is scary. Offensively, they are scary.
You know what I
Like,
just realized? There's like in our dynasty league, there's two of the wide receivers for Green Bay that are out there on the waivers. Because I'm like, wait, what?
yeah, what do you think I'm taking at 203? Oh shit, I traded away my 203.
The
Never mind.
Melton's out there. Dontavian John Wicks is still out there. Freaking
Romeo Dobbs is out there.
yeah, he just got dropped.
He's got a drop.
Like what?
Right.
Like the
So
whole offense is out there
so
still.
Green
Like,
Bay's
it's
offense is
crazy.
young and cheap. Like
Yeah.
that's the weird thing about Green Bay's offense is they're so young. Other than Josh Jacobs, like they're all on rookie deals. They got two of the best tight ends in the league. It's crazy. So that's why, even though they could use offensive line, I see him going defense, and it's the first linebacker off the board, in my opinion.
Makes sense. Yeah, they need that guy again.
So to me, I think they're
They need their
taking
Clay
Peyton
Matthews.
Wilson out of North Carolina State.
Solid.
Number one linebacker on the board, which I didn't think a linebacker was going to go through the first round, but if you're Green Bay, you take talent, you take a linebacker because your offense is going to score points, so you need a signal caller there. And he's a smart dude out of North Carolina State, so I like it.
Dude.
You like it? Don't like it? What are you thinking?
Moving on.
Tampa
don't hate it.
Bay Buccaneers on the clock at 26.
We're going back-to-back Bays, baby.
So
sorry.
They need offense, but a lot of offense is gone. They need linebacker, but outside of Wilson, I don't think that there's a linebacker I love, so I feel like they're going to take the next corner, which is their best corner, and take Arnold. That's my opinion.
I don't hate that.
But I feel like they need...
I bet you they're hoping that Wilson falls to them because they want to replace Devin White, who's not happy, and I think they're going to try and get rid of Devin White. So
agree. So if he does, then they'll take him. But outside of Wilson,
that's where I was thinking.
I don't think there's a linebacker I really love. There's Edgerrin Cooper out of Texas A&M, but I don't.
There's not many that like made a name for themselves out there this year, huh?
No, because there's some type of drafts where there's like few like inside outside linebackers or like a Micah Parsons type of person that you want to think of, but there's not.
Yeah.
In this draft, there's none of them outside of maybe Wilson. I don't like Cooper as much as some do, so I think that they.
It's crazy to be good at that position anymore because you got to be able to cover these fucking tight ends that are running like gazelles. It's like, the fuck?
You can't be a slow linebacker anymore.
No, dude, you got to be able to run a 4.5 like minimum.
And if you're not, then that secondary better be damn good.
Right, keeping up for your ass.
All right, so is it safe to say maybe they go corner? They take Arnold.
Yeah, let's pencil that one in. It's starting to get milky waters down here.
I know. So we're just shooting
it's
fish in a barrel unit. Shooting fish in a barrel using dynamite to make sure. All right. So we were on Arizona 27. So they traded out from Minnesota. And they took Malik Nabers. So now I think they need to solidify some defense, and I could see him taking the next best available edge rusher.
I can see
that. They don't have anybody who gets after the ball.
I can see that.
If you look at them, they don't. I could be. Oh my God, you're dancing again. All right.
Sorry, I think time I just felt like dancing.
Oh well, no, I don't think they have anybody who gets after the ball. And if they're gonna take, based on our mock, if they're taking Nabers, I think they go defense. I think they think they take the next available edge and take Isaac out of Penn State.
Yeah, that's fair. Definitely fair.
You're frozen. So you agree? He agrees. They're going edge rusher. We're moving on 28 Buffalo. What did you say? I have no idea what the fuck you said.
I said it's a great pick, Todd. Let's just keep rolling.
No, what'd you really say?
I forget.
No, but I think it's fair to say they go defense. They went Nabers. They got Kyler Murray.
Definitely.
I think they got to get a rusher because there's nobody on that defense that gets after the ball. So I think they take.
We're at the point now where you just start taking the best available.
Well, now we're on
Buffalo.
You got your eyes
on somebody who does something special.
Based on all Buffalo's off-season moves, they're taking a receiver.
Yeah, agreed there.
Troy Franklin.
I don't hate that move there. Yeah,
They have to take a receiver. Like, if not, they're going to be throwing the ball to the fucking mascot.
Yeah. Khalil Shakir is going to be an absolute stud. Good Lord, I think he's out there too to pick up.
And you know what's funny is I don't actually hate Troy Franklin.
No, I don't either. If he ends up there, he's going to be a great, like, he'll move up the dynasty boards real fast.
He's a very athletic wide receiver. He didn't, like, pop out on any of the boards in any of the
I'll say this, if he ends up in Buffalo, I think he becomes a top 6 dynasty pick. Rookie draft, dynasty pick.
If he ends up in Buffalo, he's going to go first round.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's a 106.
That's the take. Dynasty redraft, Troy Franklin, if he ends up in Buffalo, is a top 6 receiver.
I'd say that, yeah, for sure.
So he might go in the first round. All right, now we're on to Baltimore. I think. What do you think about Baltimore?
What do you? Detroit. We just talked about who did Detroit take?
Oh shit, 29. Detroit. This is the to me, this is the only safety going in the first round.
Think so?
Yeah, because they don't need receiver. Their offensive line's good. Their defense is decent.
Detroit is fucking stacked.
They got beat deep.
They just added to their defense. Like,
right? So I think they take a safety just to have some overtop coverage. Take the number 1 on the board. Like, take Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota. Take the best available safety. Because he's
I mean, they don't really they're good on the offensive line. They're good on the defensive line.
He's pretty versatile. So I think it's honestly
their receivers are.
Go ahead.
They could use a big-bodied receiver if there's one available at that point. That's about it.
I don't think they need it though. With Sam Laporta, Sun God.
That's true. Yeah, because I mean, you got Laporta that plays that role. So
could they use it? Yeah, but I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. This is almost like a freebie pick. They get to take whatever the
fuck
they want.
You're picking at 29, and you're just like, you know what? No one's taking a safety. I'll take Nubin.
Let me take him.
I'll take Nubin. He's the best.
Let me take the best safety in the draft. Yeah,
he's versatile.
That's actually a great.
Honestly, he could play corner.
Yeah.
I mean,
if injuries hit.
I think that's honestly, they're stealing at 29.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, so now we're on the Baltimore Ravens, which, God, that offense is going to be stupid. How do you stop that?
Offense is going to be stupid good.
You know what's funny is what their needs are, which it doesn't matter with Derrick Henry, is they need offensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, defensively they're good. They got a lot of weapons. I think they take another offensive line, probably a tackle. But I think if they take the tackle, I think that they're going to take. I think he could move too, so I don't think it hurts him. Hold on, where is he at here? I think they take J.C. Latham out of Alabama. He is. So he's
sorry.
He's a little penalty happy, but I think he can change that. But he's coming out of Bama. He's still on the board. J.C. Latham. I think that is a great fit for the Ravens.
Yeah, I like your idea with giving some more offensive line help to that Baltimore team. It's definitely a great take.
Oh God, because Derrick Henry needs a damn line. He's like, I am the line.
He didn't have one last year, and he was still a top 5 back. So,
how do you stop? Side note: how do you stop that play? That option?
I have no idea.
How do you stop the RPO?
I have no idea.
With Lamar and Derrick Henry.
And now, if you think about it, you can't, like, every time I watch Derrick Henry play football, the most, like, when he's not playing his best is when you've got the defensive end would run down the line and right behind the offensive lineman and tackle him from behind and land on his fucking feet so he can't get a full head of steam. You can no longer do that today.
Yeah, which is gonna.
So
Derrick Henry's
you stop him?
RB1.
Yeah, he might be. He might be the RB overall one. I don't know how you stop, because you're gonna have to tackle him from the front.
Drag your team to a win, literally.
And every time you try to tackle Derrick Henry from the front, he still gets 2 yards. So that means you have to hit him in the backfield every play, or he's picking up at least 3.5 yards, at least.
Yeah,
Every play.
how do you stop if you can't drop tackle Yeah. I
So if
don't
you
know.
can't hit him in the backfield, you're fucked.
You are fucked.
He's going to get 4 yards probably at an absolute minimum. And the whole
It's
time
gonna
you're going to be thinking, "Oh shit, I got to stop that. I got to stop that. I got to stop that." And then there goes Lamar Jackson out around the edge because he just leaked out the backfield, and that's not what this episode's about.
They're gonna be like, we need 2 people to cover him. Oh shit! Hey, Lamar, have
Yeah,
fun.
and then Zay
Bye,
Flowers will sneak out, and then
bye,
Mark
Lamar. It
Andrews
was
will
fun to see you.
and then Mark Andrews will be like, "Hey guys, I'm still here." Dude, they're going to have a really good team next year.
Isaiah Likely's like, you could just throw me the ball too.
So they could go. I could even
Oh,
see
they're
them
gonna be
taking defense.
scary.
But their defense is good too.
No, I think they take offensive line. I think they take the J.C. Latham. I think that's the smartest pick for them. But I might put some money on them to win the Super Bowl. That's not a bad pick with that team right now.
That's not a bad pick. I mean, they
Bucks.
probably what? I wonder their line's probably like plus 200.
All right, pick 31.
They gotta be a favorite, right?
They have to be. San Francisco 49ers.
I can't imagine they're not.
Assuming they don't trade Brandon Ayuk, I think they need. You know what hurt them is they need secondary. They need a corner. Personally, so I don't know what you think. I think they take Wiggins out of Clemson, but I know you're just dancing just to dance now. I'm watching you dance.
No, that time I was actually frozen with you.
No, I don't.
I could see them. I could see them going receiver because.
Well, if they don't trade Ayuk and they don't trade Debo, Juwan Jennings did ball
out of there though. How old is Juwan Jennings though?
Young.
How is he young? What Jennings am I thinking of?
You're thinking of you're thinking of Greg Jennings.
No, that's way too old. Holy shit.
Juwan Jennings ain't that old. Hold on a minute. But honestly, to me, I feel like they do not have great secondary. I could see him taking.
Yeah, you're right.
I could see him taking
use some defense.
I could see him taking Nate Wiggins.
I like.
Assuming they don't.
Let's roll with Wiggins.
Assuming
if they trade Ayuk, then before the draft, then they're definitely going receiver.
If they trade Ayuk before the draft, then they're going to be drafting around 15 to 17, right?
Yeah, because it'll be probably a part of that trade.
Write that down.
Write that down.
Yeah, Juwan Jennings, 26, 4 years in. This is his 5th year. He's not old.
A little bit on it.
And he showed that if they need to throw to him, they'll throw to him and he'll catch it. So I think they take corner because the fewer points. I think
that leaves them super weak at that position though, because then like I said, Debo gets hurt and Juwan's your one now.
Well, Ayuk. Assuming that they don't trade Ayuk. He hasn't traded him yet, and the draft is like 18 hours away. So
right.
So I feel like we have to go thinking, oh, they trade Ayuk, then they're gonna pick up, then maybe they'll take an Xavier Worthy. So I think based on what they have right now,
that's who I was thinking
Worthy. It's funny you say that. We're on the last pick of the draft, the Kansas City Chiefs. I personally am torn whether they take Morgan at offensive tackle or they take Xavier Worthy because Raji Rice is in jail.
Forgot about that.
These are the predicaments that we live in right now.
Well, they already said he's getting suspended, but they haven't talked about his
legal
troubles.
So who do they have? Like they have the Grim Reaper looking. I was punched in the face as a baby. What's his that receiver's name? Their receiver that nobody likes. He was on the Giants, and now he's a
Kadarius Toney.
Oh my God, that dude! If I watch him smile, I have nightmares that night. That man looks like
he looks like the Joker from
I can't.
Jay Leto's version of the Joker.
Yeah,
he's got the silver teeth.
He just had no. You know who he looks like? In the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, the Green Goblin, when Willem Dafoe smiles creepily, that's Kadarius Toney. That's what he looks like. Honestly, I'm afraid to have a second child because that child will have nightmares if it sees a picture of Kadarius Toney.
Oh man, that's too funny.
You know how happy he is being wide receiver 1 for the next month. Jesus. So who do they take? Do they take a receiver because of Rashee Rice,
or do they take an offensive lineman just to take an?
That's
why
I think they take Morgan. I think the smartest pick for the team is Morgan.
Yeah,
which honestly he should probably go earlier than 32nd.
I think we go Morgan.
I think that's what we take. But do Rashee, not Rashee. Kadarius Toney is a creepy looking motherfucker, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry.
Because we'll see what happens. We'll see how if his lawyers will be able to get him out of that. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe he'll just get like a 6-game suspension.
Just like gotta run. So our draft is going.
I know.
Williams, Daniels, May, McCarthy.
Gotta go, dog.
We out.
Raji.
All right, real quick. Williams, Daniels, May. Did you just leave? Oh my god, I thought you left. You unplugged some stuff. I'm gonna have to. Oh, you're a new track now. You're a new track now.
So that's not good.
That's okay. So I'm gonna run through this real quick. Williams, Daniels, May, McCarthy, Harrison Jr., Dunze, Alt, Turner, Penix, Fuego, Neighbors, Nix, Murphy, Fashano, Dejon, Mitchell, Fantano. You know what? I can't say these names. We're gonna write it down. It's gonna be back here. I don't care. The draft is tomorrow. Dustin, can you hear me?
Ding, 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 ding. Yes, I can.
I hope you hear me. If not, it's just me. Either way, this is Booze and Ballin'. This is our mock draft. Last episode of season 1. Season 2 is coming. I don't know if I'm even being heard or seen or nothing. So I think you might be. Throw up gang signs. It says you're on a new track. So Booze and Ballin', end of season 1, last episode season 1. Thank you all for being here. Season 2 starts after the draft. We got some new stuff coming, like new orange beanies for Dustin, all kinds of fun stuff. I like my orange beanie. I know you like your orange beanie. I love how that's the only thing I hear out of the last 5 minutes is you picking on my orange beanie. Hey, there it is. It's right over there too. You want me to? Puganuka. Puganuka. All right. Don't hang up, motherfucker.